So today I'm speaking with Jax. So thank you for joining us,
You're
Jax. And what I want to speak with you about is I think that you have a hugely inspiring story for people.
Thank you.
And I think it would be great to share your journey, if you're okay with that.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I'd love to.
So I think what would be good is for us to understand your starting point when I first spoke with you.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was life like for you at that point?
Well, I was busy. I was doing loads of different things, trying to keep myself busy. I had lots going on, work, family. However, I just felt that I was on a treadmill.
Okay.
And I had no direction. I had no real goals other than goals of the family, what the family needed from me, what other people needed from me. I divorced in 2011, however I came out of the divorce and went back in because I felt it was the right thing for my children, that I was going to make other people happy, but unfortunately all of the time not really considering my own feelings at that time. So I was just going round and round in circles.
Did you know at that time what you wanted? Did you know how you wanted things to be different?
I knew I needed to change, but I didn't know how to change.
Right,
There was just...
So how did you feel on a daily basis for you personally?
I was just busy. I just had to keep myself busy because I had all of these emotions going on in my head, mostly negative emotions, and I felt to keep myself busy was the best way to stop those thoughts coming to the surface. So the busier I was, I felt the better I could be, and I could manage my time that way. But ultimately, I don't think I was managing anything, and certainly not myself. So I was just doing what needed to be done. I'd get up in the morning, do what I needed to do, go to bed at night, and the same thing would just keep going round and round and round.
Okay. Did you have goals at that time? Did you know what you actually wanted?
I knew I wanted to be successful, and I had a fitness business that had done pretty well.
Yeah.
But I just felt like I wasn't really going anywhere. There was just a feeling of grey, like people saw me as someone who could do things, but for me, I just didn't feel that I was doing what I needed to do to move forward.
Did you think you were capable of doing more?
I certainly felt like I was capable, but it was really not knowing what I needed to do to move forward. And I remember just thinking to myself before I came on the course, that weekend in fact, I'd had a huge argument with my ex-husband. Things had sort of risen to the surface again, and I remember going to bed and thinking, this is it. This is my life. This is how things will be. And I've just got to get on with it.
Okay.
Really.
So just for clarity, the course that Jax is referring to is the NLP Plus Practitioner course.
Yes, that's
which you
correct,
attended. Was it last September?
September.
Yeah, fabulous. So let's move forward in time to now.
Yes.
How are things different for you now?
I've got goals. I've already had outcomes. I'm driven. I am now myself. I feel that the person that I am and always needed to be, I am here now.
Yes.
I'm present, and I can remember coming on the course and Mark saying, "Who's driving your bus?" And that was just suddenly a light switch went on in my head, and I thought, hang on a minute, I need to drive my bus.
Yes. So how is that? What has that translated into practically for you?
Control, absolute control over everything, over my emotions, over the way that I live my life. Every day I get up, I know what I'm doing. I know that I've got a life to live. I know that I've got a business to run. I know that I've got family to consider, but ultimately I'm considering myself as well as them. The relationship that I had with my ex, I still have that relationship because of the children.
Yes.
But that in itself has also changed, whereas before I was very, very wound up, and he was winding me up and I was probably winding him up, and it wasn't a nice relationship. I'm out of that now, but the way that we communicate has completely changed.
That's
and
good.
I feel like I am in control of that communication. He's not telling me what he wants me to do. It's the joint thing, and I'm in control.
Brilliant. So in terms of practical changes for you,
Yes.
because I know that you've moved house recently.
Yes, yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
So you've moved house. What else has changed for you?
I'm looking to run my own business, so that's now taking shape. I also, when I finished school, and something that's always been a lifelong passion is art. And when I finished school, I went on to study graphic design. I didn't go into that business after I left school, so I then became a business analyst after and before I had my children. But that passion has always been there. And then earlier this year, an opportunity to become an art teacher presented itself. And whereas before I would have thought, oh, that would be nice to do that, and I could do that,
Yes.
I wouldn't have done it. This time it presented itself and I thought, I can do that.
Brilliant.
And I went for the interview and I'd already got in my head, I can do this job.
Yes.
This will be the job that I will do. And I went for the interview and got the job.
Well done.
And so,
Well done.
yeah.
Superb. And you have a new relationship as well.
I've got a new relationship.
Yes.
Yeah, a great relationship. Somebody that, you know, I wasn't looking to get into a relationship at the time, but met this man and it's just wonderful. Yeah, and it's, yeah, and I know that the relationship is based on what we both want,
Yes.
rather than I'm doing it for somebody else. We're both focused on the same goals, and yeah, we consider each other, and yeah, it's just a really great, healthy relationship.
Superb.
Really, really happy.
So it sounds like your life has changed quite dramatically since just over 12 months ago.
Completely,
Yeah.
completely. Yeah, yeah. I think friends and family now look at me and they can see that I've changed, and they can't. They're like, "Well, hang on, what's happened? What's happened? You're still Jax, but you're completely new." I feel renewed. It's crazy, but I feel renewed as the person that I was, from the person that I was to the person that I've become and becoming, because it's constant learning. But there's always something that I'm learning, and because of that, and because of the way that I now think, I'm considering life so much with so much more potential.
Yes.
For everything.
Yeah.
And not just for me, but for my children, for the relationship, for my business, for the work that I currently do, for the children that I teach. It's absolutely amazing.
And I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Jax, because it's something much bigger than us, isn't it, as an individual?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
excellent.
absolutely.
Because at the moment, of course, you're on the NLP Plus Master Practitioner course,
Yes,
and
yeah.
next year it's
Trainers
training,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
all feeds into that process of it being, yes, it's about us as individuals,
Yeah.
at the same time it's much bigger than us.
Absolutely, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and I can't wait to get on to that and just see how much further I can go and keep going
Absolutely.
and driving my bus.
Well done, Jax. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Really, really appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Thank you.
Great to be here. Thank you.